What is common in all these processes? All these processes are oxidation and reduction reactions. Oxidation involves the addition of oxygen and the removal of hydrogen. Reduction involves the removal of oxygen and the addition of hydrogen. The loss of an electron is oxidation. Gaining an electron is reduction. Oxidation and reduction occur simultaneously in a reaction. That is why it is called a redox reaction. Since zinc oxide gives oxygen to carbon, it is called an oxidizing agent. Carbon removes oxygen from zinc oxide, and hence it is called a reducing agent. How can we identify a redox reaction when neither oxygen nor hydrogen appears? Explaining the redox reaction through electron transfer is a better method. Since magnesium loses 2 electrons, it undergoes oxidation. Since sulfur gains 2 electrons, it undergoes reduction. These two reactions will not take place separately. Let us combine these two half reactions. 2 electrons on each side are cancelled to get a redox reaction. The shining characteristic of metal is called metallic luster. Will this luster remain forever? A thin layer is formed on the metal as it reacts to the atmosphere to tarnish the metallic luster. Iron develops a thin reddish coating on exposure to air and water. Copper becomes green on exposure to air. Aluminium forms white rust. Even silver becomes dark on exposure to atmosphere containing sulfur. However, gold maintains its luster since its oxidizing tendency is very low. Other metals are prone to corrosion. Let's see how other factors influence rusting. Take 2 razor blades and dip one in salt water and the other in distilled water. What do you notice? The blade dipped in salt water rusts more rapidly. What do we infer from this experiment? Corrosion is further aggravated by acids and salts. Rusting is a redox process. Iron is oxidized to iron 2 oxide and finally to iron 3 oxide. During the rusting process, iron is corroded and pits are formed in it. This is called pitted corrosion. It affects strength of the material. We can prevent corrosion by painting, electroplating, or galvanizing. We should note the date of packing of any foodstuff before we purchase it. Oily items such as potato chips are sold in packets. If the chips are old or not properly packed, their fat and oil content is oxidized. They become rancid and their taste and smell become intolerable. This rancidity is because of oxidation. How can we prevent the oxidation of the fat and oil content of food? We can add antioxidants to prevent the oxidation of food. Antioxidants are chemical compounds that prevent oxidation of oil and fat in food. We can also prevent the oxidation of food by protecting it from light and oxygen. Filling food packaging with nitrogen is another method of conserving food for longer. Vacuum packing also helps to extend the storage period of foodstuffs.